What's up guys, Slim Reptiles here, and I wanted to do a really quick video, and I mean like really quick, um, on how I've been trying to breed my mealworms, something new I'm trying, so I figured I would share with you guys. Now the concept of it isn't really that new, because it's kind of like the Sterilite drawer thing people do, where they have like these Sterilite tubs, and they cut out the bottoms of them and use like mesh screen. It's pretty much the same concept as that, it's just so essentially what it is these takeout containers, and they have like these lids. You find them on Amazon, they're pretty cheap. And I plan on buying more and kind of doing this, but over again with like 4 or 5 tubs filled. So what I did was I took one of the lids. Well, I took 2 lids. One I used and I cut around the edge here where these little things stick up. I cut right below it all the way around, which is this. Let's see if I can get it off. Maybe. Okay. Trying to do it without dumping all the other stuff all over the place. So yeah, so I grabbed, where did I put that lid already? Holy shit, I lost it. Oh, never mind, I'm an idiot. So I took one of these lids, and like I said, I just cut around. As you can see, there's literally nothing there, it's just cut. So then I took one of these and I made it completely empty. So at one point nothing was in here, it was just empty. I put this on top, the one that's cut, snap it in place, good enough. And I took another lid and I cut a bunch of air holes in it. And I also cut the same size air holes I put on the bottom here, as you can see. So instead of doing mesh, I just literally used a pre-drill bit and made tiny holes. Put that on top, and then you put the lid on after you're done. And that's literally it. I fill it with whole grain oats, like Quaker oats, not the instant, but like the rolled oats or whatever. And just carrot for moisture and water and whatnot. And that's it. So the whole idea of it is the mealworms, which there are a couple in here. I don't really want to touch it, to be honest. I just washed my hands for like the 5th time. But so you get the mealworms, they eventually turn into these little guys here. These little pupae things. I'll show you a bigger one. This is actually a super worm one, so it'll be easier to see. Where is it? There it is. So it looks just like that, just smaller. I have these in here is I need to get more of these tubs, so I don't have anywhere to put, the beetles. So I just put them in here for now. Probably not the best thing to do, but besides the point. So they turn the pupae, which then turn into beetles, like you can see here. It focuses. Doesn't want to focus on that one. Alright. Let's try a beetle. Alright, so here we go. So this is the mealworm beetle. These are where it's gonna lay eggs. So mealworms are essentially just pre-larvae form of the beetle that you see here. And I'm so out of focus and out of whack, sorry. Bring it back. Alright. So they'll lay eggs. Now the concept, like I was saying, is so when the beetles and mealworms eat this stuff, it gets into the tiny little particles, which is good, which I'll tell you why in a little bit, why that's good. But also all the poop, and all the other stuff goes down through the holes, as well as the eggs. The eggs will eventually get shifted down, when movement on top, and the mealworms and the beetles are moving here, kind of pushes all the small things down through the holes that are on the bottom. And all the eggs and the poop, frass, and the small particles of the oats are down here, which is perfect because the small oat particle will self-feed the baby mealworms that are growing inside here. So essentially is what I'm going to do is keep this going until all the beetles up top are dead, or probably another month or two, maybe a month and a half. And then I'm gonna, the top would be beetleless, and then there'll be thousands and thousands and thousands of mealworms in here. I would try to show you overview. You have the hole with just a little ledge to hold on to the top part. Put the top part on top. Put the lid on. You put carrots and oats. And now this is how I'm gonna try just to breed mealworms in that little tiny little thing. There should be thousands and thousands of babies at the bottom. The beetles and pupae are on top. Some mealworms are in there that haven't pupated yet, but that will happen soon. One issue I did have ran into with this is when I first put the holes and I had a bunch of mealworms up top before they were beetles or pupae. A couple of them got through the holes, so I keep having to like dump the bottom dish into the top dish. Now that they're beetles, they can't fit through the hole, so everything is fine. So this is pretty much like a self-efficient, kind of self-serving mealworm thing, how I like to look at it. What you can also do is have like a time limit, say like maybe a month after the beetle's been on top and they're laying eggs and whatnot. You can remove the top, put this aside, and start a whole new bottom. Cut another lid with another of these tubs. Put these back on top, and now all the new eggs will go into that one. So then these guys will just grow out till they're big enough to feed off whatever geckos or whatever you're feeding the mealworms. So I literally just wanted to create something where I could just breed the mealworms and not have to literally worry about anything except throwing carrots in there and replacing the oats when they run out. So that's all I do. I also clean out all the dead beetles and pupae and dead worms and all the nastiness out of the top. I also do that, but for the most part, I really don't do much. Now, if you have like this right here, it would take me probably forever to get to the amount of mealworms that I'll have that are big enough and ready to feed off to actually supply all my geckos. So I have 1, 2, 3, I don't know, like 12 or 15 geckos. So I get a lot of mealworms, which is a good thing because these are really small. As you can see, it's literally the size of my hand. It's just a normal like you get Chinese food places just to take out. The cool thing is you can literally just do multiple of these. They'll fit anywhere. You can stack them on top of each other. You can put the air holes on the sides instead of the top. That way you can stack more and more on top of each other. This super worm is about to hatch. Or, I don't know if hatch is the right word, but you know what I mean. So you just literally just do like 3 or 4 of these, stack on top of each other, and there you triple, quadruple the amount of mealworms you'll end up getting at the end of the cycle. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys do this already, do something similar, let me know. If you do something that's even better, let me know. Like I said, I want to do something small scale that I didn't have to worry about. It'll just automatically do everything for me. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.